to enlarge in your range, I think. What did my script say? Widen's good, yes. Broaden's good too. The audience, everybody. So, let's see. A few things to check out. Probably anatomy books on the voice are actually very helpful. It teaches you a lot about just how your voice works and how it moves around so that you can get a better sense of what you need to do to get what you want out of it. And just singing books, even if you don't like to sing or you don't think you're a good singer, it's still better, again, to get a good sense of how things are working. Or any books on voice acting, Voiceover Voice Actor by Yuri Lowenthal and his wife, I forget her name, actually, but Yuri Lowenthal and Tara Plath. There you go. Tara Plath and Yuri Lowenthal, they put out Voiceover Voice Actor, probably one of the better books to check out. So you can probably find that at the library or Amazon, as most things are. So just find that, read it. It gives you a lot of good perspectives on voice acting, both professionally and amateurly, as I do. Then the musician, again, singing is not super important. There's many voice actors who don't sing. Well, maybe not many, but there is a percentage. Frank Welker himself apparently can't sing, according to Tara Strong, so I'll take her word on that. She tends to be pretty truthful. But yeah, but
part of your world.
All right. But music will give you a really good sense of timing, of tempo, of pitch, and just, again, give you a very good sense of the bits of speech that a lot of people won't notice. Like, even when you're not singing, you're still speaking in pitches, and your voice is going up and down in pitch. And if you can get a control of that, it helps you better to act the way that you want to. Control is always very important in voice acting. It's not just speaking and letting it go as is. It's speaking very controlledly. Yes. Next one. This one is a little high concept. It's not an actual thing, but it's basically you need to be able to absorb and to match up with the things around you. If you see Lee Tokar talk, he will talk about how you need to find people whose voices you like anywhere around you. If it's at the bar, if it's on a movie, if it's in a cartoon, anywhere, and just study it, see it, try and absorb some of the qualities that you really like about their voice and just sort of match in. And as well, if you're in a group and you're trying to voice act with them, it's good to match up with the tone and the feeling that they're actually doing. Because if you're getting a completely different tone of just performance than they are, it's not really gonna fit as well, and it's gonna be very noticeable. So it's always good to be able to basically camouflage yourself into an ensemble. After that is the actor, which is one of the more important things. Might be a little bit obvious since it is in the name of voice actor, but acting is something that some people kind of put by the wayside and they focus more on the voice. And the voice is important, but it's only important to enhance your acting. If you can't act, you're not really gonna be too great a voice actor. So really just look up, again, study on voice acting, maybe take some studying classes. Daristrix, would you like to chime in? You have a microphone there. Yeah. There we are.
Hi. A prime example of that would actually be Robin Williams. If you've ever seen him do, whenever he was doing the genie, the animators would actually come into the studio to see him be the genie, and he would just animate and do all the stuff, and they changed their original idea for the genie to actually be what Robin Williams was doing. And, all of that stuff that he does, he just goes and animates, and it's crazy. It's awesome.
And then he cost him the Oscar.
Well, yeah, and that's downside. Acting, that's improvising, which is a skill that you can learn from going to improv classes, acting classes, things like that. Just figuring out how to get into yourself and get into a character to really feel it, really be what the character actually is, rather than just make a funny voice that sounds like something that the character might be like, which is always the most important thing, is to be the character, not just the voice, which is kind of what I try and get through with anything I ever say about voice acting. This included, the thing from last year included, and basically if you ever talk to me about voice acting, I'll go over that quite a bit. And really, what does this come down to for what would a voice acting cutie mark itself be? Because these are all just aspects of it. You could say that it'd be just them all combined, but that's a little crowded, and that's a little confusing. That doesn't, yeah. My Photoshop skills are just as good as my drawing skills, if you didn't notice.
Box.
Yeah, just a big
Always
amalgam
get
of everything,
vaccinated.
it becomes too much if you focus all on everything on its own as a tiny little thing, as an aspect. You'll never really be able to combine them in the right way. So really, finding out how to meld everything together to make it work on its own and within the entire skill set of being a voice actor is one of the most important things, which really come to what I think a voice acting cutie mark might be. Really just voice acting, just drama, microphone, and all the other things obviously are in there, but really the things to focus on are your voice and the acting, which might be a little bit obvious to some, but to other people, it doesn't really come as easily. So just focus on both aspects of it and keep yourself up to date, keep yourself in shape, and keep yourself going. Just always be trying to voice act, get new roles, do stuff on your own, write your own roles, do whatever you want to do, and just keep yourself going with the voice acting. Thanks everybody for listening. I'm DapperJack, and I hope I work with you guys someday soon. All right, now that I've forced you guys to listen to the boring part, here's the fun part. We're going to be doing a dramatic reading of the Cutie Mark Chronicles. So I'm going to be picking someone. Sorry, what was that?
Nothing.
What was that?
Nothing.
Pick that one featured.
Right, we're going to be picking someone here to be our
Choose and
seventh.
perish.
Rainbow Dash vest or coat, I'm not sure which. Hoodie, yes. All righty.
Clap. Clap right now.
All right, so I'm going to hand out the scripts here. Just a moment. Me and Hoity here, and I think even Destrix might be sharing a mic. Just one moment. All right, I've already given Hoity here his script, which, if you could close that so that I can see which characters. Yes, Hoity will be playing the parts of Applebloom, Rarity, Princess Celestia, and Young Hoops. Let's see here. Headphone Jack, if you could hand that all the way down to him, will be playing Fluttershy, Examiner 1, Ant Orange, and Tall Order. All of the ponies in this episode have names, except for one who's just named Pony for some reason.
Guy Man.
Next,
He wasn't important enough.
actually, he's the butler, which is even more messed up. He doesn't get a name?
Oh, so it's Jarvis?
Ah.
We'll call him Jarvis, just for that. Yes.
All right. After that, Troy Skybolt will be Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, Rarity's teacher, and Examiner 2. I will be playing the parts.
Very nice.
I will be playing the parts of Applejack, Young Dumbbell, Uncle Orange, and Dainty Dove.
Oh, it's more than one person?
Then Destrix will be Sweetie Belle, Examiner 3, Cherry Fizzy, and Caesar. Let's see. Who do I want? Let's give this one to Remy. This will be Twilight Sparkle, Igneous Rock, and Cloudy Quartz for him. And the final one will be Scootaloo, Pony, and Spike. Which Spike only had one line in this episode as well, so lower on the tone pole, I guess.
Priorities.
All right, hand that all the way to the end. All right. Oh, and actually, we did not get your name. Who is this who has joined us?
My name is Eleanor.
Hi,
Eleanor. Say hi to Eleanor. All right. And just to break things down for how we do this, it's basically we're reading the script, but the only rule is do not do the show voice. Get as far from the show voice as you possibly can. So whatever that means for you, just do anything but an impression of the character. With that said, let's start on the Cutie Mark Chronicles, originally by M.A. Larson.
Oh, great. I start this?
Scene.
You had to give this to me.
Don't worry.
Down to Eric,
Your
hilarious.
slaughter will be slow.
Destruction.
Are you sure about this, Scootaloo? I've never even heard of a pony ziplining before.
Neither have I, but Spike told me it was awesome.
Bonk.
Bonk.
Boink.
Boink. Sorry. Scootaloo. Who's Scootaloo?
Tree sap. Wait, what? Ow! Wait, what? Ow!
Whoa. Oh, no. Sorry.
Honk.
One. Wow. Crash.
Apple Bloom.
Cutie marker say. Who's Apple Bloom?
I just said why.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Wow. There.
But it's a script, guys.
There.
You gotta follow the lines.
Crash.
Ow.
Ow.
Are you lost?
Maybe.
It's you, buddy.
Tree sap and pine needles.
See anything?
Tree sap and pine needles, but no cutie mark.
Plan B.
Yeah, you know where we can find a cannon at this hour? It's no use. No matter what we try, we always end up without our cutie marks, and surprisingly often covered in tree sap.
Maybe we should do something less dangerous, like pillow testing or flower sniffing.
This sounds full for people. People with ponies. Damn it.
This isn't Equestria Girls.
What? What? I'm sorry. That scarred me so badly. It's not there.
I thought it was not.
This sounds full of ponies who have their cutie marks. Why don't we ask them how they did it?
That's a great safe idea.
Yeah, and we could start with the coolest pony in Ponyville.
DapperJack.
Rarity.
Come on, guys. I said cool. You know what I'm talking about. She's fast, she's tough, she's not afraid of anything.
Pinkie Pie.
No! The greatest flyers to ever come to out of Cloudsdale.
Fluttershy.
Fluttershy.
No! Rainbow Dash.
Oh, that makes sense.
Of course. Of course, Scootaloo.
Let's do it. Let's find out how Rainbow Dash earned her cutie mark.
Yeah!
Yeah.
My little pony, my
Little pony. Ah, my little pony. There's no friend that you could be my little pony. It's your set, it's magic with me.
Big adventure.
A beautiful heart. During kindness is an easy feat, and magic makes it all complete. You got mine. Do you know you are my very best friend?
Drop the bass. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Motor revving. Get back here, you thieving varmints.
Thieving what now?
Crash. Apple Bloom.
Hey sis, how'd you get your cutie mark?
I never told you that story.
Hey!
Coming.
Sure, do whatever you want.
Hey, I thought we were going to ask Rainbow Dash.
We need all the help we can get.
Fine.
Why shoot? I was just a little Willy, even littler than y'all. I didn't want to spend my life on a muddy old apple farm. I wanted to live the sophisticated life, like my aunt and Uncle Orange. So I set out to try my luck in the big city, Manhattan, the most cosmopolitan city in all of Equestria.
Hey, out of the way, you rube.
I knew I'd find out who I was meant to be in Manhattan. Aunt Orange, Uncle Orange, thank you all so much for letting me stay.
Little Anya.
Y'all, isn't that just a living end?
How great!
Don't worry. We'll have you acting like a true Manhattanite in no time.
And how are you finding good old Manhattan?
Oh, it's simply divine.
Well said, my dear.
Although I must admit, the city noise took some getting used to. Where I'm from, nights are so quiet you seldom hear a peep until the roosters wake you.
The what?
I dare say, my dear, what in the world is a rooster?
What's he talking about? What do I say? I don't want to look like a fool.
Dinner is served.
Thank goodness, being a city pony is hard work. I'm so hungry I could eat a... ...
Ellipses.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! Oh, I wonder what Granny Smith and Big Macintosh are up to. I bet they're apple bucking their way through the very delicious trees.
Yep.
Oh, what I wouldn't give for a single bite. I never felt so homesick in all my days as I did right then. It was amazing. A rainbow pointing right back to ... home. In that moment, it all became clear. I knew right then just who I was supposed to be. That's when this here appeared. I've been happily working in the farm ever since. There they are. Get back here, you thieving varmints.
Oh, that was such a sweet story.
Sweet, try sappy. Come on, we gotta find Rainbow Dash and hear the cool way to get a cutie mark.
All right, little ones, this way, this way.
What?
You really should be more careful. Some pony could get hurt. Why are you all in such a hurry anyway?
She moved to Brooklyn, apparently.
We're trying to find Rainbow Dash so we can hear how she earned her cutie mark.
Well, wouldn't that be interesting? You know, I wouldn't have gotten my cutie mark if it weren't for her.
Rainbow Dash? Really?
Oh, yes. It all started at summer camp. You'd never guess, but when I was little, I was very shy and a very weak flyer.
Nice going, Klutzershy. They ought to ground you permanently.
Ha! My baby brother can fly better than you. My wee little Lara brother.
Fits in your pocket and everything.
My swamp. Shall we move on? No. Sorry.
It was the most humiliating moment of my life. And then, out of nowhere...
Leave her alone.
What are you gonna do, Rainbow Crash?
Keep making fun of her, find out. You guys,
You think you're such a big shot? Why don't you prove it?
where's your head in mind?
You're going down!
In history, maybe. See you both at the finish line.
I've never seen such beautiful creatures. Butterflies don't fly as high as my cloud home. And I'd never been near the ground before.
Musical interlude. Oh boy.
What is this place filled with so many wonders? Casting its spell that I am no wonder. Squirrels in the trees and the cute little bunnies. Birds flying free and bees with their honey. Honey! Oh, what a magical place. And I owe it all to the Pegasus race. If I knew how the ground had so much up its sleeve, I'd have come here sooner and never leave. Yes, I love everything.
Forgive the voice, she's a little hoarse. Come on! Come on!
Right, loud noises.
I had to.
Shh, everything's okay. You can come out now. Everything's okay. There's nothing to be afraid of. Somehow, I had the ability to communicate with animals on a different level.
Wait. What happened to Rainbow Dash? What about the race?
Oh, well, I wasn't really there, so I don't know what happened.
Come on, Crusaders. We've got to find her. Besides, I can't take any more singing.
Jeez.
Maybe my sister knows where she is. Bye, Fluttershy.
Bye, girls.
How did we ever get roped into this? Oh, we'll never hear Rainbow Dash's story.
Are you girls still obsessing over your cutie marks?
Of course. Most of the fillies at school already have theirs.
I know how you feel. For the longest time, I could not figure out why I didn't have mine.
Music.
Well done, Verity. Your costumes are very nice.
Oh, okay, yes. That's me. All right. How do I say? Nice! They need to be spectacular, and the performance is tomorrow! I had no idea where my horn was taking me, but unicorn magic doesn't happen without any reason. I knew this had to be with my love of fashion, and maybe even my cutie mark. I knew this was my destiny.
Funk.
Hark! That's my destiny! What is your problem, horn? I followed all the way out for this? A rock? Yeah! Dumb rock! Oh.
Musical things. Aw.
Magical LSD things.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Aren't those really?
These namby-pamby stories aren't getting us any closer to our cutie marks. They're all about finding about who you really are and stuff like that.
Oh. Yes, Scooter, that's exactly.
Come on, girls. We need action. We need Rainbow Dash.
As a young filly in Canterlot, I always wanted to go to the summer sun celebration where Princess Celestia raises the sun. And I saw it the most amazing, most wonderful thing I'd ever seen.
Ooh, yeah, son.
I poured myself into learning everything I could about magic. My parents decided to enroll me in Princess Celestia's school for gifted unicorns. It was a dream come true, except for one thing. I had to pass an entrance exam.
Well, Miss Sparkle?
I knew it was the most important day of my life, that my entire future would be affected by the outcome of this day, and I was about to blow it! I'm sorry I wasted your time.
Twilight Sparkle.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean...
You have a very special gift, Orlin. I don't think I've ever come across a unicorn with your raw abilities. But, sweetheart, you need to learn to tame these abilities through focused study. Twilight Sparkle, I'd like you to make my own personal protege at the school. Go get me some Marlboros. Well?
Yes?
One other thing, Twilight baby.
More? My cutie mark! Yes, 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 yes. All right. Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
We counted. Oh, sorry.
I just said okay.
We're happy for you, Twilight.
Scootaloo.
So where are we?
Scootaloo. The process, ladies and gentlemen.
Patience is gold.
Yeah. Thrilled. Let's get out of here while we still can.
Are you okay?
Oh, why don't we ever smash into Rainbow Dash?
Oh, you're looking for a Rainbow Dash. If I was her, I'd be at Sugar Cube Corner, of course. If I was anyone, I'd be at Sugar Cube Corner. Ooh, I have an idea. Want to go to Sugar Cube Corner?
Well, we're sort of looking for Rainbow Dash so we can hear how she got her cutie mark.
Cutie Mark, come with me and I'll tell you how I got mine.
Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
My sisters and I were raised on a rock farm outside of Ponyville. We spent our days working on the fields. There was no talking. There was no smiling. So gauche. There were only rocks. We were in the south field preparing to rotate the rocks to the east field when all of a sudden...
Rainbow!
I never felt such joy like that before. It felt so good. I just wanted to keep smiling forever. And I wanted everyone I knew to smile too. But rainbows don't come along too often. I wonder how someone else could create some smiles.
Well, Lloyd better harvest the rocks from the south field.
Pick the man and die him pies out you!
Mom, I need you and Dad and the sisters come quick. Surprise! Do you like it? It's called a party!
Girls just wanna have fun.
Party
Oh,
Oh, you don't like it? You do like it! I'm so happy! And that's how Equestria was made.
Wow.
Wow. Nah.
Look, we're here! Maybe on the way home I can tell you about the story of how I got my cutie mark. It's a gem!
Oh, come on. She's just being Pinkie Pie.
Rainbow Dash, you're here.
Well. I hear you're looking for my cutie mark scary.
You have no idea what I've been through today to hear that story.
Well, it all started during a race at flight camp, where I stood out by myself against all the odds to defend Fluttershy's honor. I've never flown like that before. That feeling was unlike anything I've ever felt, you guys. The speed, the adrenaline, the weight of my man, it's like a lot. Ow!
Ha! Let the rainbow crash!
Hey!
Kaboom!
Turns out the only thing I liked more than flying fast was winning. And authority. Most people thought that the Sonic Rainbow was just an old metaphor, but on that day, the day I discovered racing, I proved that the legends were true, and I made the impossible happen.
Woo, yeah, pig aside cheering.
And that, little friends, is how I earned my cutie mark.
Oh, dude.
Totally sweet, dude.
Wait a second. I heard that explosion and saw the rainbow too. Rainbow Dash! If you hadn't scared those animals, I never would have learned to communicate with them and gotten my cutie mark.
Oh, I heard that boom. And right afterwards, there was this amazing rainbow that taught me to smile.
When I got my cutie mark, I saw a rainbow that pointed me home. I bet it was your sonic rainbow.
There was an explosion. I could never explain. I just botched that, didn't I?
This is the first time they're thinking of this, talking about this?
Yes, so, basically. There was an explosion. I could never explain where I got my cutie mark.
This is uncanny. If that explosion didn't happen when it did, I'll blown my entrance exam. Rainbow Dash, I think you helped me earn my cutie mark too.
Well,
We all owe you all cutie marks.
Do you realize what this means? All of us had a special connection before we even met.
We've been BFFs forever. and we didn't even know it.
Come here, yo. I'm so glad we're friends.
I love you guys.
Ew. Give me a break. Come on, Crusaders. We just need to try ziplining again. Sorry.
Hey, how about a song?
Yes.
No!
Oh yeah, brother! I've seen the top of the mountain. Dear Princess Celestia, today I learned something amazing. Every pony everywhere has a special magical connection with their friends. Maybe even before she's met them. If you're feeling lonely and you're still searching for your true friends, just look up in the sky. Who knows? Maybe you and your future best friends are all looking at the same rainbow.
She never brought my mob rose.
Who's Spike? Spike?
Gross. When did you get your cheese at?
Just right, Spike.
My little friends.
Ending credits.
Please stand by for next segment. Please stand by.
And introduce it, but you gotta keep going. Is that, am I good?
Yes, you can go, Dapper.
Okay.
We love you.
All right. We have about 10 minutes left, so we can take some questions from the crowd if anyone has any general voice acting questions or any specific questions if you know any of us, which probably not as much. We're not all too big. Any questions? Question.
I'm having a lot of trouble getting used to my voice. How'd you guys do it? Like, do you guys have any advice for that?
Just listen to it a lot. Like, I hated my voice, like my actual voice, when I heard it a few times. I can hear myself now over this, and it still sounds a lot worse than it does in my head. But after hearing it enough, you kind of get used to it, and you're just like, well, that's just how I sound, and you kind of make it work to your advantage. You can adjust it however you like.
It's mostly mental. Like he says, you're never going to get it on spot no matter what you do. Just practice, and you'll get used to it. And sometimes, like, it's like people think, oh, it sounds horrible, but someone's like, oh my God, you're so good. So you just got to get used to it.
Oh my God, shoot. Oh my God.
There's an old adage among voice actors that you hate the sound of your voice, but you like to hear yourself talk. And so you keep doing both, and eventually it gets better.
Any other questions? Yes. Accents. Okay.
Okay.
Let's look at him. He's pretty good at accents.
Oh, it's really great. Sometimes you just got to keep listening until you get drunk. No, I'm kidding. If you keep listening to something you love, like for me, Team Fortress, I know, the Scout, the Scout, and the Scout, then there's like the Spy. That medic is a spy. So even though it's not perfect, when you keep hearing it over and over, you kind of get a sense for it. My advice is a lot of times YouTubes will have the sound clips, and you just have to listen to them over and over and over again. It'll eventually be able to return. See, you can do the young man Russian, or you can do old man Russia.
Yeah,
exactly.
And there's also a point to make cartoony voice versus serious voice. So if you're doing a serious accent, it doesn't require a lot of study. But then if you want to do a goofy accent, like my Russian, it's awful. If I wanted to do this romantically, they would laugh me out of the studio. But I do it for comedy, and people are like, hey, that sounds, it's bad.
It's good.
Any other points about accents?
Just find a character of that has the accent that you want, and find some kind of like best of compilation on YouTube or something that just plays their lines back to back, and over time you get used to it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing, man.
You can actually do a study of the accent itself. A lot of places on YouTube have tutorials that point out specific things about each accent, specific vowels and consonants that they change. That's good to study.
Yes, definitely focus on the vowel sounds and just the vowels and the consonants. Just focus at each one, because every region will pronounce them differently, and like some of them will pronounce them the same, and you wouldn't even expect them to. Like some of the vowels in South African, they'll sound almost American when you listen to them, and just studying, how they sound, how they move their mouth, it can really help towards understanding the accent. But again, drama, comedy, do
Similar
whichever.
with consonants too. Like to shorthand a German accent, you replace all the, I think, Vector. For Russian accent, you replace the V's with W's. For German accent, you replace the W's with V's.
Right, or if you're doing something like Chekhov, maybe you would, and you're doing the Russian, you would do the nuclear vessels, which I actually
Nuclear vessels, yeah.
I did the V for Vendetta, the speech I did with the words "Voila in Wu humble would William Wetterin." It was.
And then
fun time. I
German,
need
you
to
switch
record.
out the W's with V's. So, what are you doing?
Exactly, racing back and forth. Okay, and I see another question here.
Some of the voice actors that I've spoken to say that whenever they want to get into a certain voice, they have like a phrase or something that they can do to get themselves in there. Do you have any of those?
Yeah, that's, I can't remember, it's called like a key phrase or a trigger phrase, whatever you want to call it. It's usually just one thing that it's what you go to and you just say it and it's like, oh, that locks you into the character. For me personally, I try, and when I do a new character, I'll try and do it as their name so that I can just say their name and then instantly, oh yeah, that's what they sound like. But at the same time, sometimes you want a different phrase, or sometimes a phrase from the script will just stick out to you, or something that you improv will stick out to you and you'll be like, oh, I just really like to say that, and it really gets me in character.
Like for the demo man, it's I'm gonna bury you in a soup can. So, he's right. And stick in the progressor aisle of Walmart.
That's right. All right, any other questions? Yes, in the purple shirt there.
Actually, somebody dropped a pony button.
Oh, okay.
It's mine.
Talk to the staff and return it to the lost.
It's mine.
Then black shirt behind her. I saw your hand up.
I want to touch it. If it's Luna, that's mine.
Any other questions? Anything? Oh, I'm seeing a guy in the far back there.
Voice actor, pony and non-pony.
Oh, okay. Personally, my favorite voice actor on the show is Andrea Libman, just because she has such disparaging characters, which shows a pretty great range. And for more personal reasons, some things that Pinkie Pie has said have cheesily enough saved my life. And I won't get into that because it's kind of a downer, but yeah, I probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for Pinkie Pie and what Andrea Libman has done with her. Just leave it at that. And then non-pony, I'd say D. Bradley Baker, because he's the biggest nerd in the universe and he's so impressive with his character noises. I do my best with character noises, like a bear. It's not great, but I'm working on it and I want to be as good as they are, and I'm just really impressed by what they do. Then your favorite, pony, non-pony, VA?
I don't know the names.
You don't know?
I don't know the names.
What are you doing here?
Definitely for. All right, yes. Fill in the blanks. It's ad libs. All right. So.
Say the character, everyone be silent.
Yes.
All right. So definitely Luna and Big Mac.
Luna.
Tabitha St. Germain. And Big Macintosh.
Yep.
No?
Yep.
And then non-pony? Who do you like?
Just do the character again.
Definitely Frank Welker, because he was a boo.
Frank Welker, yeah.
That guy is a
Frank
man
Welker is...
He's awesome.
His nickname is the god of voice acting, and then when you look at all the stuff he's done, it's clear why. Like, if you listen to Lion King, those aren't lions, those are Frank Welker.
If Mel Blanc ever had like a successor, it'd be him.
Yeah, and also there's I think... Is it Junior or My Joe Young? The one where it's like an actual gorilla, overdubbed by Frank Welker. So it's not actually the gorilla. It's Frank Welker pretending to be a gorilla over an actual gorilla. So, yeah, he does quite a bit.
And Tom Kenny.
Favorite,
Tom Kenny.
Honestly, favorite from the show, I was going to say Tara Strong, but because she's been in most of the things that I enjoy. But actually, I have to give big props to Kathy Westlock, because to do Spike and then to do Mayor is like totally opposite. It's really impressive.
Someone wants a free autograph.
Shut up. You sit down. Oh, wait, you're already sitting. Lower. Non-pony, I actually had two. You stole one of mine. It was Mel Blanc. Yeah. Shut up. I knew that. Because, I mean, it's Bugs. Yeah, no, it's
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs
Half
Bunny
of Looney Tunes.
is the entire Looney Tunes.
Didn't he do Mickey originally?
It wasn't him
No,
originally
no.
for Mickey, no.
But my other one is actually Mark Hamill, who most of you might know him as Luke Skywalker. But to me, he is the Joker. Nobody else can ever do the Joker better than he can.
Yeah.
Well then.
Your turn, sir.
From Pony, I think it'd be pretty obvious for me. It's Rarity, of course. Tabitha, if you ever listen to her in interviews, I'm pretty sure she believes she's the characters more than herself a lot of the time.
Tabitha.
She just gets so into it, it's fabulous to watch. Simply divine. From Non-Pony, it was going to be Mark Hamill.
Stole it.
But since that's taken
He's a
now,
spy.
I'm going to go ahead and go with...
Now I'm farting on his name.
Non-Pony, I'm going to go with Tim Curry, because he plays some fantastic villains.
Yes.
Yeah, and some interesting stage as well. So, but yeah, Tim Curry was lots of bad guys and lots of things, so you should check it out.
Tim Curry.
Toxic love.
I'm not as cultured as these fellows.
Neither am I.
I like cheese sandwich.
Weird Al! Of course!
Cheese sandwich.
And
That counts for Pony and Non-Pony.
Oh, yeah, that does work both.
as far as voice actors go, Kurt Vonnegut, the guy who played Edward
Oh, yeah.
Elric in Full Metal Alchemist, because I don't even know how old.
As well as Aaron Yeager.
But he plays a believable 14-year-old kid, and there was something in the back,
and 4 foot
behind the
5.
scenes where Ed gets punched in the mouth, and he was trying to figure out, like, how can I sound like I have a swollen cheek? And he was like shoving his tongue in his cheek, trying to get the voice to sound like he'd actually been socked, and they couldn't figure out what to do. So he ran out to the vending machine and like wadded a bunch of powdered donuts in his mouth to say his lines, and I thought that was really clever. So I respect him for that.
And tasty.
He just wanted a snack.
Yes.
All right, for Friendship is Magic, I'd have to say Tabitha St. Germain, because she does more characters in it than you realize. You know,
That's 3 for
Rarity and
Tabitha.
Luna are just the obvious ones. If you
The
look
selections
at
have been doubled.
if you look at her credits, there's a few others in there that you wouldn't expect. And for Non-Pony, I gotta say Mel Blanc, because he was one of the first really big ones.
Oh, yes.
And he does all of them, like just all of the Looney Tunes characters. It's all the same guy. He even chews on real carrots when he's playing the bunny.
He hates carrots.
Yeah, I think he might actually be allergic to them. I'm not sure.
I can't remember, but I know he would
That's
constantly spit 'em out.
suffering.
Anyway, our guest had a question actually.
And our lovely
Yes.
guest.
I was just wondering if anybody had any questions for me.
Any questions for Eleanor? She's been lovely.
What's
Cheese
your
Sandwich-
favorite
Cheese
voice
Sandwich
actress
has
from the
a
show?
question for Eleanor. What you got?
Rarity.
3 for 3.
We're in the black.
I was like, hey,
Princess of
I mean,
the Night.
whining. Really, just look. There's a whining thing in the Diamond Dogs.
This is whining.
Yeah, that's just that was funny.
And then Cheese Sandwich actually had a question for Eleanor, it looked like.
I do have a question for you.
Yes.
So, as being volunteering up on this panel, has that inspired you to want to go into voice acting at all?
I hope so.
I already have done a lot of acting camps, and and this only inspires me even more. So.
Well, my
All
job's
right.
done.
Okay, well,
I've been outplayed.
Wait, a girl wants to voice act for Pony? That means we're out of the job.
all right, guys, that
It's
means we're out of
summertime, so
time.
no.
I've been DapperJack. This is Hoity, Darastrix, Skybull, Remington Klein, Headphone Jack, and our guest, Eleanor.
We love you all.
Yep, if you're going to Pony Sock tomorrow, I'll be doing a set at 9:45. Thanks for coming, everybody.